It's June 2nd, 2021. This is my first shad trip of the year. My dad is with me here behind me. It's the first time he's fished for shad, but I just wanted to get in on this action. It's 88 degrees right now, so normally I'd be wearing waders, but instead I've got just shorts on and some water sandals. Let me show you what I'm fishing with here. I'm shaky, I'm so excited. So the rig I'm using, I've got this little 32nd ounce lead jig head, and this is the money bait. It's the little pink with silver flake 1-inch curly tail grub. I'm just gonna go ahead and thread that on there, and I'm basically just drift fishing them. I was here last year at about this time and it was just lights out. So pink curly tail grub, probably about 16 inches up. I have a size 5 split shot just to kind of get it down into the strike zone, and we'll see what happens. Dad and I fished for about a half hour without a bite, meanwhile watching the fella upstream catch 3 while fishing with a float. I might go down and try to get a lesson from this fella down here. He's caught 3 while we're standing here. I decided to go upstream and pick the lucky guy's brain a bit if he was willing to share. The kind gentleman provided me with some helpful tips. For one, he told me he was utilizing the bobber to keep his jig up out of the weeds, so basically drift fishing with a float. He said he had his bobber stop set to 8 feet. Secondly, he has made the observation that when fishermen downstream start to catch them, that's a good indication the pot of shad is moving up into the hole, and soon he would get hookups as well. So some people are using floats on this section just to stay out of the weeds, so I'm going to try it. I rigged up a crazy steelhead float system. What I have is an 1/8 ounce Bomax slip float. I put a bead below it and a second rubber bobber stop just in case I get hung up. Hopefully I can get my float back. I've got an 1/8 ounce egg sinker, another bead, a swivel, and then about 2 foot of leader down to my 1/32 ounce jig head. So I'm gonna give this a shot too. That's a pretty good current running through there. I've probably got about 6 feet out right now. I'm gonna start there and probably go from there. Man, it's warm. Whew. No, I must be hitting bottom. No, I must have just hit bottom. Due to the heavy wind, I switched my drift gear from a split shot to a sliding 1/8 ounce egg sinker, bead to protect the knot, a number 10 barrel swivel, and about 24 inches of leader. This allowed me better control and feel of my jig. Oh, there we go. That's a shad. Oh man. It is about time. You want to feel what these things feel like? Huh? Here. Keep your rod tip up. came on? Oh well. God, I don't even really remember. I want to say I was just kind of casting about where I was right there. Let's see if I can hook another one and... Oh, there we go. Oh, I missed it. There's a pod of them in here. It's like, Dad, it's like right out here. So just cast, you don't even have to cast out very far. I bet you there's a pod of them that just moved in here. I mean, that was 2 casts in a row. I'm wondering if we should take your bobber off. You know what, let's do that.
We'll just take this leader off.
Here, why don't you switch with me? You just run this one and then I'll go switch my other one out. So you can just go ahead and just put your rod up and I'll hand this one off to you. Here, I'll just switch with you. So come stand, I would say come stand like about right where I was and just cast out as far as you can, like in that direction. Get your rod tip kind of down and just keep your line tight and just really reel really slow. Bring it over here. Just don't reel in anymore. There you go. Just give it some slack. Good job. How was that?
That's good. It wasn't very far out.
No, they're not really that far out.
I think I had it reeled in about, I don't know, probably more than halfway.
Cool. Oh, I love that shad bite. That's a fun one. Oh! Man, I got a hit almost immediately on that one. It's pretty rare to be here by ourselves. That's really telling you something, that the bite sucks. I'm almost thinking that they're just kind of on the move. Everybody's leaving, but the bite's just starting. There we go. Ah, I lost it. I just had another one, Dad. You'd know it. They hit pretty hard, actually. Oh, there we go. There we go. Dang. I think they're moving in a pod and they're just kind of sweeping through here. If you want to move up a little bit, Dad. God, this thing's fighting hard. What's that? I can't hear you.
You want me to help you? Or?
No, I got it. I got it. I got the little thing. I'm just gonna release it. No, it's about the same size. They're all about probably 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds, I'm guessing. Dude. Brother. Hey, I got you, I got you, I got you, I got you, I got you. Hey, hey, settle down, settle down. Every time I belly. What is going on? There it goes. It doesn't even know it's unhooked. There you got it, you got it. There it goes. Man, those things are fun. Boy, he dinked my hook up good. Well, I'm glad you finally caught one though, on your own. Being the early riser retired guy you are, you should come over, try to get here like first thing in the morning, like right at daylight. and just fish anywhere along here, and usually it's really good first thing in the morning. There's probably about another week of it. Well, I think what happens is because it's just so windy, if you have your rod tip up too much, the wind catches the line too much and it's hard to feel what's going on. So on a real windy day, you know, I'll kind of cast it out. I'll get the line down on the water like this, and that way it makes it taut quicker. And I guess what I'm doing, I have to really think about it, I'm just slightly jigging it. And I think if anything, that's kind of just trying to keep it up off the bottom. I don't know if that's really the technique that's causing them to hit. All right, I'll call it last cast. Last cast, come on, give me one last cast fish. Give it some action. Come on, give me some fish here. So I think I wore my dad out, so we're gonna call it a day. It's been pretty slow. We have this entire beach to ourselves, which just goes to show how slow the bite is. But I've hooked 3, had them to the bank. I handed one off to my dad just so he could feel it. He's never caught shad before. And then while I was over retying, he ended up hooking one, so that was cool. So I think we had a total of 3 to the bank, and so it's not bad. At least Dad got into some fish, but we got to get out of here. So we'll see you on the next one.